Good morning and g'day, mate. Welcome back to Dyson Sphere with myself, JD, and Mr. Icarus we have here. And today's episode, we're standing on top of a smelter. A box full of smelters. I'm pretty sure you can guess what today's episode is going to be about. Today's episode is going to be about visiting our little planet over here that we haven't renamed yet, but I'm about to rename it. Because I've been through the comments section. I've let you guys have a couple of videos, couple of days to think of some good names for our little smelting planet. It was currently called Taka 2 because it's in the Taka solar system, which was one of my Patreon supporters. But it needs a better name. Now, comment section. You guys way better than me at naming things, okay? We had commixture or amalgamation. Yes, for the smelting planet, which I liked that they had promise. Okay. Then we had the melting pot, hot stuff, and ores are us. Posted by Morse. Now, the melting pot would have worked. No disagreeing. Okay. Hot stuff would have worked great for last series when I built a smelting planet on a lava planet. Ores are us sort of failed for me, mainly because here in Australia, we don't have any R Us stores. We used to have a Toys R Us, but they went out of business because it turns out, I don't know, Australian kids don't get toys. Probably because Australian kids don't take care of toys. You know, they've got to learn how to take care of themselves and survive the Australian wildlife, so they're probably a little bit rough with their toys. We do have a Babies R Us, but it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time before the babies have to deal with the Australian wildlife as well. We had Bunnings. Bunnings is a it's our version of the big hardware store. Yes, it is our version of Home Depot, or I think it's Lowe's. Lowe's is the other one that's in America. I apologize to those in the UK and Europe. I have no idea what your hardware stores are called. Let's just face it, they don't show up in TV programming nearly as much as what the Americans do, because the Americans will put ads in product placement in everything they possibly can. Then we had one more name that I actually really liked, but it wasn't quite there. We had Snake Games, who already has here he has a star named after himself. He is a wonderful supporter of the channel. He became a membership at the absolution from Adblocker tier, grand total of $1 per month. Very, very helpful, very, very supportive. And look, let's face it, I'm cheaper than a chocolate bar once a month. Consider me helping you with your diet at $1 a month. Yes. So he proposed ice melting, okay, which was. It was almost there. And then we had one more comment from Gia, who long comment, that's fine. I don't mind long comments. I'm happy to read long comments. I'm actually really good at reading the comments. Not so good at replying at them, because I generally do it from a mobile phone, and well, I hate typing on a mobile phone keyboard, and I could not be bothered to carry around a half-sized Bluetooth keyboard for me to type things on my phone. Anyway, the name is going to be Icy Smelting. Yes. Because it's on our ice planet. So, we need to pop over there. The other thing I need to do is I need to fill up my inventory. As you can see, I have, well, that's rubbish. Let's throw that out. I don't need that stuff. I don't need that stuff either. I have power. I have way too many warpers. Because I don't have anywhere to dump them, really. That's honestly the reason. I have a bunch of little ships, a bunch of big ships. We have a little bit of sorters, a whole bunch of wind turbines, because as we've done up until now, I do my absolute best to make sure I put power in the blank areas of our smelters. I have, well, I don't really need a substation either. That can go away. I got 2 emergency power poles if I ever crash land somewhere and I forget to have power on me, but I do have some power. Probably not nearly enough. I have not nearly enough belt, not nearly enough sorters, plenty of solar panels, only because they're not in the network, so I can't ship them to me. So then we're going to grab smelters. Yes, I honestly don't think this is going to be enough. That is 1,000 smelters. Yeah, it might be enough, but it's probably not going to be. Okay, so next thing we need to do is we need to head over to IC Smelting. And just get up enough speed and hit the button. Because I have so many warpers in my inventory, we might as well waste one or two. And we want to aim for, well, somewhere over there. Hey! Not a bad landing. Okay, so, what do we want to do? We already have smelting set up, okay? We have smelting set up for iron and magnets. Magnets have been tagged sort of on. We have copper. We have silicon. We have titanium. I have glass. Everything seems to be running fine except for magnets. Magnets are really suffering. Over here, I built a couple of extra smelters. Now, these smelters are set up for, well, the items that require a 2-second crafting. So if we look at iron, iron is simple. It's 1 in, 1 out. Okay, it's great. It's simple. I love it. Copper, 1 in, 1 out. Okay, silicon, titanium, and glass, along with coal, all require 1 in, 2 seconds. Okay, so rather than requiring these are 30 smelters on a 30 belt. Yes, it's a 30 belt. Trust me, we're going to upgrade everything later. These require 60 smelters. So this is a slightly different build. It's a slightly longer build. We've got 30 smelters on one side, feeding into a central belt, 30 smelters on the other side. Belts feeding 30 ore in here and 30 ore in here, blah, 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 blah. This is what we actually need to do titanium, okay? So I need to set you up to do titanium. Hello, hello, and hello. Okay, at the same time, I need to go to wherever that titanium tower is and set that to local supply, and then we're going to come here and set you to local demand, throw in some ships, throw in some big ships, and problem solved. You shall now start making titanium. Technically I need to upgrade the belts, but my inventory is a little bit full, so we're not going to do that because my inventory will explode. Now, I have 1, 2, 3 of these guys. 3 of these guys done, okay? And the plan is, and this is something very, very important, we want to make sure we build between this line and essentially the equator, okay? And the idea is that when all's said and done, I can duplicate things from the north side of the planet to the south side of the planet to basically double our smelting. At the same time, we are slowly mining out this planet. Probably not fast enough, but we'll get there in good time. So, the other thing I need is I need a dedicated smelter to do magnets, okay? Because magnets are being a problem. Now, magnets require 1.5 seconds, okay? Because they require 1.5 seconds, we need to basically have 45 smelters. 45 smelters bring in 30 ore per second, and then outputting, right, 30 magnets per second. So rather than being 30 smelters for 30 processed material out, because it takes 1.5 seconds, we need 1.5 times the amount, which means 45. Which means this design that I've put here for reasons that I don't even understand will not work. So first thing I need to do, storage box, right there. So have some solar panels, because we're going to pull out this tool, and go goodbye. All of that needs to go in. Cool. Now we have a nice clean work surface. We need to put in a smelting array that's going to do magnets, okay? And this is going to be our setup time and time again. So I want to bring an output belt, number 1. Out. I have no idea how long this is going to be. Up 1, 2, 3 tiles. That's going to be a return belt for magnets. And the other thing I want to make sure is I don't want to, wherever possible, whatever item I'm bringing out of the towers, I do not want to exceed 120 items per second. So I do not want to do more than 4 belts out. Okay. So we're going to have. Do we want to do it that way or the other way? Let's do it the other way. Okay, I'm going to have magnets. And magnets in the middle, because why not? And then 1, 2, 3. You, sir, are going to be ore, which shall go this way. Now, ideally, I'd love another ore belt right beside it, if I can get power poles to work. You do not have... Cool, you do not have ships set up. Excellent, because the last thing I want to do is have 10,000 ore that I need to deal with. Alright, so we need to put a smelter here. I'm trying to start at a major fault line and then work my way along so we can have something that I can hopefully make sure that everything lines up. I want everything to I want everything to be lined up as possible. At least at a starting point, and then we'll just roll things around the planet, and if we end up with a blank area where things just don't fit, bad luck. Okay, so I want to put from here, in, out, in, out. Okay, and then I'm going to need 45 of them, but before I do that, I want to look at power poles. I would like to put a power pole there, and a power pole there. Everybody's powered. Okay. But I might want to swap them out for wind turbines. We'll find out. We'll find out. We'll see. You're a output belt. Goes that direction. You're a return belt, which goes that direction. You're a smelter, and we want to go 15. Plus, then we need another 15, which is over here somewhere. Come on, bots. Cool. And then we need yet another 15. Remove the sorters, drag that out. It's going to go to there. Change that button over, or I'm going to demolish something that I'm not meant to. We'll hook that back in there. Hook that into there. 1, 2, 3. Hook that into there. Grab you, because you have sorters attached. Get those belts done. That's fine. We already calculated the length. Okay. So, that should be our very, very, very first line of magnets. Which means we should be able to apply many, many power poles. There, 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 there. At the same time, now we've got the top side done. We can drag you out the first 15. And then I have this blank area in the middle. Now, what I'd like to do is I'd like to have a wind turbine here. And then that's how close I can get wind turbines to one another. Which should mean I should be able to put 2 solar panels, 2 solar panels, 2 solar panels, so on and so forth. So rather than putting down power poles, I'm going to use wind turbines as power poles. Same as we did with our first smelter array. We can see back in episode 14? 14, I want to say. Yes, episode number 14, Secret Projects, links up in the top right-hand corner. You can see that, yes, we used wind turbines as power poles, because why not? They're like power poles that make power at the same time. Then I want another row of those. Can I put another row? No. Because you're within 2 tiles of a real power pole. And if I remove you, I cannot get a wind turbine there because it's too close. Look, it's something. It may not be perfect, but it's something. 2, 2, 2, 2. Hang on. Hang on. I have... one... Okay, so I can have a 1 tile gap. So I have 2 tiles there. 2 tiles, he says. 2 tiles. If I moved you all over 1 tile, that'll give me an extra tile right here. If I have an extra tile right here, as a test case, no, you guys are not going to get power. In fact, yeah, okay, so no, I need power poles on one side. Alright, it was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. Alright, so we can drag the solar panels out. We can drag the smelters out with another rack of 15. We can drag more solar out. Those two. Actually, can I tab these across? No. No, worth a shot. I can't space them far enough that they... minus. Okay, I can't drag them far enough apart that they only... they skip from one wind turbine to the next. Okay, there to there. That will probably do us. Those two, that one, and that one. You drag out to there. And then we need wind. No, not wind. Real power poles there, there. Oop, there. I don't see any problems so far. Okay, I see some problems. Alright, but the issue is literally... Can I put a sorter there and there? A sorter there and there. Okay, so if I had all the sorters on the right, that would probably fix all my issues. Okay! Well, we've learnt something. I need all the sorters on the right. I also need you to set you to magnets. I need to throw ships in there, have you set to remote storage. Please, let's rub all the ore from this planet first. And then what was it? Your return. So just give me a minute. I'm gonna build yet another, well, the other half of this, which shall be ore plus ore plus 1, 2, 3 return. Yes, give me a minute. I need to build the other half of this smelting block. It only requires like 90 smelters. 90 smelters. It'll take just a minute or 3 to just build out. Yep. Okay, all done. As we hopefully see, the magnet line should be, by the time we get to the far end, should be 100% compressed. That looks pretty damn good to me. Okay, I need to set you to be that as well. You have failed because all your sorters are backward. Can I do a deconstructor just sorters? Wow. That makes life easier. Okay. Sorters in, out, and turns out the power pole that I had to move, don't actually have to move it. The two sorters that I had to move. Turns out I don't actually have to move them. Somebody just happened to put a power pole out by a tile, and therefore those two sorters didn't get power. But with all that done, that should get us back up and running. We should be making a whole bunch of magnets. Unfortunately, the main home base may be a little bit magnet starved, so it's probably going to take a minute or two to catch up. So that's one smelter block that we had to build. Technically I need to build like 4 of these in total to get... Actually, no, you're doing 4 belts worth. No, we're actually probably semi-okay. Okay, so that's step number 1. Step number 1. Step number 2 is a little bit more tricky. Grab that. Okay, step number 2 is a little bit more tricky. I needed to make titanium alloy. Now, we have a couple of issues. One, I can't put power poles on this line. Power poles have to go here. So, first off, let's just put out some marker power poles. Yep. I need to make titanium alloy, okay? Now, first off, we need to work our maths backwards, okay? They take 12 seconds. We get 4 of them. We need 4 titanium, 4 steel, and 8 acid. Okay, so take 3 steps back. We divide the whole lot by 4. So we get 1 titanium alloy over 3 seconds, requiring 1 titanium, 1 steel, and 2 acid. So, first basic thing we need to understand is production smelter, right there. You, sir, are going to do this. Now, to do that, you're going to require a steel belt. You're going to require an acid belt. You're going to require a titanium belt. You're going to require a return belt, okay? On top of that, because they take 3 seconds and I want to make a full belt doing 30 items per second, means I need 90 of them, which is not a good idea. Not a good idea at all. You've got to remember, these were 45. 90 is going to put us here somewhere. Not to mention, I'd have to run a second acid belt to feed the second half of the 45. So our second option, which is the one I like the most, is we put another tower here. I give it its own acid line, and I also need to give it its own steel line from the top. But I've only used half of this steel belt, so both of them can grab the titanium, both of them can output. It's going to need its own acid, but it's only going to need half a steel here and half a steel there. So what I'm going to do is we're going to wrap the steel around. So steel's going to come down this side, come to here, wrap all the way around, and then go back up this side. It does mean that the South Pole, North Pole. It does mean that the smelters on the north side, especially right beside the tower at the end, get the last dregs of steel. They're going to take the longest time to turn on. But this is the design we're going to go for. On top of that, I'm hoping... Hang on, we need to go... out, in, nothing else matters. I need to go, those go away, and a power pole. I could put a power pole there. Are you going to reach? No. Okay. So that answers that question. Wind power is not going to be a long-term solution for these guys. So they're going to need power poles. Okay, so we're going to need some power pole markers, which I already had down. And then we just need to move this whole build to, well, as close that way as possible. So steel line plus acid line. That makes that go away, plus 1, 2, 3. Input for titanium, output for alloy. Oh, it helps if I actually had sorters on the thing, but that's okay. Sorters. I want to go from that side, I guess. Cool. 1, 2, 3. So that'd be an acid line. That's the return for the steel. And you can go in there with your messed up internal sorters. And then we want input. Okay. So then deconstruct all of that. We want to build it. We want to build about 15 long as a test case. Or at least like 10 long. Just long enough that we can confirm that it all looks like it's going to work. There, and then there. Okay. So, grab you, drag you along. That is a full set of 15. Grab that, drag that along. That's a full set of 15. I'm going to get ahead of myself, and I'm going to put down a tower. And I think I'm going to request in belts and sorters. Because we're going to be going through... I've got 219. I can definitely see we're going to need some sorters. Buildings. Sorters. I would like 1,000. Each time I pop over here, I would like 1,000 of them. Belts. You only have 500 on the thing. Okay. Belt. 1,000 easy. Cool. Alright, so that... Okay, you don't have power. So let's change that before bad things happen. Alright, we want to put power there. No. That's a dark line. 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 Okay, and then repeat the process here because we know wind turbines don't quite have the reach. Okay, so that looks like it works. Alright, so then we rinse and repeat. We come in to there. We go down. We have a straight in. We come down 1, 2, 3. In. We have a return. We come down 1, 2, 3. We come in. And nope. In and oh look, I meant steel belt the exact right length. Okay, so then power pole, power pole, power pole, power pole, and power pole. Now you got to remember, after these smelter arrays are, I should only need to build the smelters. Okay, I just need to build the belt. After these smelter arrays are 45 long on the top and 45 long on the bottom, that gives me 1 belt of titanium alloy. So I want to build a few belts worth of titanium alloy. Acid, 1, 2, 3, titanium, return for titanium alloy, 1, 2, 3, second acid line, return for, did it again. Second acid line, return for steel. Okay, power pole, there, 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 and there. Next build is steel. Plus acid, plus 1, 2, 3, titanium, plus titanium alloy return, 1, 2, 3, plus a secondary acid, plus a steel return. And again, well, I can't build power poles in straight lines, but that's okay. Alright, and that gets us to here. Now, we have this build here. Now, I can come down further. I could come all the way down to the equator if I wanted. I could also come to, like, here. I like this line. I don't really want to go past that line. Ideally, I don't want to go past, well, this line. But I can't build another smelter array, and I don't want quite that much solar. So we're going to try and not go past there. At least that's the hope. We're going to come down with our steel. Then we have an acid, then 1, 2, 3, we have a titanium line, then we have a return for alloy, and then 1, 2, 3, then we have an acid line, and lo and behold, we are gonna have a another steel return. Okay, but then I need power poles, and we know wind turbines don't have the reach. Okay. Okay, so I can build the power poles offset if I need to. Alright, what I want to do is I want to put you there, I want to put you there, I want to put you there. I want to grab the smelter from the top block and make sure that I haven't accidentally dropped a tile somewhere along the build. And boo-boo. Boo. I'm out of sorters. Boo-boo myself. I want all those sorters, please. Funnily enough. Knew that would happen. Okay, so that's all the lanes in. Alright, next one is the returns. No, the bottom side, which is 1, which is 2, which is 3, which is 4. Okay. So, that gives us everything we need, I hope. It does say it's like sorters are having issues, but that's fine. Okay, on top of that, we need to look at our belts. So we're going to have 1 steel in, 1 acid in, 2 acid in. So it's 1, 2, 3. Plus we're going to have a titanium in, 4. Plus we're going to have a return, which is 5 per smelter. because this belt doesn't count because it's getting fed from that side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 blocks of 5, which means I have 25 belts that I need to fit into 3 towers. 8 plus 8 plus 8 is 24. Plus 1 is 25. So I'd have an 8, an 8, and a 9. Cool. Alright. So I guess the only thing left to do is put down a lot of belt. Like 3 times the length's worth of belt. So I guess it's time for yet another time lapse. Or probably a cut, actually, because this is going to take a while. I have no idea how much belt it is exactly, but I can tell you it's a lot. I can tell you I have 200 belt left to my name. 1600 belt. 500 sorters. Yeah. I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, 3,000 smelters later, at least that's what it feels like. Belt supplies are okay. Sorter supplies, not quite so much. Actually, I don't need sorters right now. Okay, let's just clear the inventory. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to first off cut this belt so we don't get confused. This belt is a return for the steel. We don't need to look at that. That one, that one, that one. That one. And then I need to work out where towers are going to go. So actually we're going to remove that. Yes, hopefully it all fits. It does all fit. Okay. So we need to put down some towers. Now, towers wise, we already have towers at the far end, and I need to line these up in the exact same tile. So you're lined up, well, one belt at the top lines up with those power poles. So we need to grab a tower. Belt out at the top would line up with those power poles. So it goes there, which is going to be very squishy. Let's just confirm really quickly. So power pole that's in this build, and then there's one tile. So power pole in this build, which would be that power pole. That power pole down one top. Okay, alright. So, very, very squishy. Alright, so I need to work out how we're going to get these belts out. So we've already worked out it's 8, 8, 9. 889 or 799 or some combination of. So we need to bring out steel, acid, titanium, return acid, and then rinse and repeat. So first belt is going to be steel, and we'll actually set these. So we're going to go with steel, titanium, acid, return warpers. 100 warpers. Local demand. Okay, alright, so that's that done. So, first belt is gonna be steel. Second belt is going to be acid. Third belt. Actually, we need to do our jiggling at this end because I'm building these so far back because I have no idea how much room we're going to need between these smelters and the tower to be able to get our belts zigzagged. Okay, next one is going to be titanium. Next one is a return for the titanium alloy. Next one is going to be acid. Next one is going to be steel, which should go in there. Next one is going to be acid. Into there. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 belts. Okay. So I need one more, which means I'm reaching around the rear of the tower. I'd prefer not to reach around the rear of the tower. Can I get that tool, please? Let's give these all a nice trim. Okay. So we're going to assume I can get away with a 799 setup. The next tower goes there, and then the next tower goes here. Okay, so I need to get 9 belts in this. So we need to go 3 on this side, which is what do we end on? We ended on acid. So the next one has to be titanium. Then the next one, whoop. Change the tool. Change the tool, JD. Titanium. Return. After return is going to be acid again. Into there. After, so steel, acid, titanium, acid, steel, acid, titanium, acid, steel, which is a straight belt, acid, titanium. Titanium will be next. Number 2 into there. That's a return, which needs to go into there. And then UB acid again, which goes in there. And I need to get 9 belts off this, so that the very next one after acid is going to be steel again, which is going to go to there. Okay, so if we've done a steel, that means we start the next one off with a acid. Come on. Number 3. The next one is going to be titanium. Then we have a return belt. Then we have steel? No, acid. 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 It is acid. Okay, that goes in there, which removes that. Then we have steel, number 1, into there. Then we have acid again. And then we have titanium, which comes down there and goes into there. Then we have return. And then finally, we have our very last belt doing acid. Okay, so with all that said, we can see that this belt, yeah, that belt sticks out the furthest. Okay, so which technically doesn't stick out, hang on. That can go that direction. 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 And that can go that direction. So is it that belt that sticks out furthest? Actually, I think it's this belt. Can I shrink that at all? If that power pole didn't exist, things blew up. Okay. Alright, so I think this is as far back as we can cut everything. Can I move that? Alright, so what we're going to do is gonna grab that tower, remove that tower, and put it right there. Then in theory, I just plug that and that and that. They should just default to whatever they were before. You should default to whatever was on that port. You should default to whatever was in that port, which was nothing because you're a return belt. And then you should default to whatever was in that port. So we can then square that off, square that off, and square that off. And this side, you're a return. You're a, I have no idea, but I'm just plugging the belts in because they already have the recipe set on that tower. Alright, so then I need to copy this tower. I have to copy the tower because all the inputs and outputs are going to be different. Alright, so I need to remove everything down to tiles just above there. Remove that, yes. We bring that back up. I want you in that tile, that tile. Paste that there. Hopefully, you have no recipe set. The one before a return belt is an acid belt. Yes. Okay. Alright. Try this again. See whether I actually get to work this time. Alright. So I want to remove that. I want to copy that tower. Remove that tower. Place that tower in there. And hopefully I've done this right. Yes. Everything just plugs in. Okay. There. 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 And there. Okay! After all of that, we can take some of the abundance of warpers I have in my inventory. Warpers. Ships. More ships. Yeah. And warpers. Okay, I need to set some requests. And we're going to set these very, very low to start with. Mainly because we probably don't have the resources out in the galaxy for them to go pick up. There, and there. Okay, so you're going to be local demand. Turn that off. We don't have steel. That's a great start. Remote demand. Local storage, you're fine as is, so that's going to be local, remote, remote demand, and done, local, remote, and done. Alright, so we need to make steel. Steel is not done currently, but we can fix that fairly quickly by running over to here. Alright, I want to copy that. I want to change that recipe there and there because we don't need to make magnets en masse here anymore. And then basically go to a smelter right beside it and change you over to steel and grab that and run you to there. Come on. Put a light on. That might help a little bit. Rotate. Okay, I'm going to rotate around. Fine. Game's being difficult. It's just a smelter with nothing attached, but still it has to be rotated around. There to there to there to there. Now, ideally, steel needs its own smelter, okay? It needs its own specialized smelter to make steel, but this will do for an interim. We're going to bring in iron. We finally finished that research. Local demand, local supply, remote supply. Have some of those. I don't have little drones. Can I request in little drones, please? 100. Yeah, 1,000 are coming in. Awesome. Alright, so that'll start bringing in dregs of steel, and it's going to be dregs. And over here, we need to set these drones to use 100%. And nobody's back with acid yet. Okay. Alright. We are making steel super slowly. So slowly, in fact, I might even iron steel. Those drones arrived? Nope. Okay, let's grab... Okay, can I just set you to B steel? Copy it, remove the sorters, and then you'd be happy? No. Why don't I put a smelter out here? It happens to look like steel. No, I still need to rotate it. Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Iron, 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 and iron. Local demands. Helps if I turn on that belt and that belt. Yeah, they still haven't arrived. And you guys can start making steel as well. We're gonna need a significant amount of steel. Same time, upgrade. I want to upgrade belts and sorters, please. Can I please walk through a power pole? I'm a giant robot and I can't just push a power pole over. So that should upgrade all those. No, there's still more I missed. I think it's all blue now. Nope. Yeah, I'm going to have to make a parcel 3 on this planet to make sure everything gets upgraded. Now, we're going to have an issue that I cannot actually get iron plate into these fast enough because I'm only making 4 belts of iron plate, and technically I'm using 8 of them. Yeah, can't have everything. Alright, upgrade all of that. Okay, that looks like that's done. You're holding out magnets. I'm hoping the magnets just disappear. Okay, so with that done, we just need to confirm your... No, you still need to get rid of that titanium. Just need to make sure that things are actually running. Well, we see some titanium alloy in there. I see titanium alloy in there. And I see titanium alloy in there. So technically, they're all running. There goes some. So as far as we can tell, they're all running. As far as we can tell, all the belts are plugged in correctly. The biggest issue we're going to have is going to be supply of acid, because I only have acid in one spot in the world that we've bothered to actually tap it. And oh, that should fix my titanium problem. Yeah, we only bothered to tap titanium in one spot in the world, and I think it's being fed at like 36 items per second, and we're trying to pull out 30, 60, 90 1, 2, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 belts at 30 items per second, so 330 acid per second. The other important qualifier I do want to mention before we're done with this episode is I try and make sure that the interplanetary ships are only outputting 4 belts worth. So 4 lots of 30 belts. So as it is, that's delivered locally. That's delivered locally as well. This is delivered remotely, so we're only doing 30, 60, 90. 90 acid per second. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 120. This one, 1, 2, 3, 4. You just had a shipment come in. You had a heap of acid. So this one and this one are both running 120 items per second. This one's running at 90 items per second. We haven't even maxed out these towers. Yes, I'm not accounting for the actual titanium alloy to travel back. Well, I'm just going to assume the ship at the other end picks it up and leaves from the other end to come here to pick it up. That's probably the easiest way for me to think about it. The only one thing I do have to do... Sure. Is these will require warpers. Clear, 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 clear. This will require warpers, but I do not want warpers in the network. So I want to set you to local. I want to set you to remote. You're probably going to bring in an unrealistic amount of warpers, but that's okay. Let's go storage. Let's drag that up, put that there, put that back down to 100. Remote. And we'll take some belts. Now, in the long term, we're going to have warpers coming to this planet and being distributed via the drones all around the planet. But as soon as I start doing that, it means these, which are all set up with a remote to ban already, may start going and getting copper and iron from not in this planet and also not in this system. Okay, they might start flying out to Larky or Coffee or Magna or Shapes. They might fly out anywhere to go get ore. And I really don't want them doing that. I really want to make sure that this planet is mined out first. And then potentially Westernhusen is also mined out. Like, there's a lot of ore here before I need to start wasting warpers going interplanetary to go get more ore. But with all that said, this is where I'm going to leave this episode. This was, for me, very, very long. This was like well over an hour. Well over an hour making smelters. I'm definitely done. I need a break. Next episode, we're going to look at the wonderful Dyson cage that I want to build. And that's going to have to wait till tomorrow. So with all that said, I do hope you guys have enjoyed. Yeah, that has steel run down one side, up the other. Do hope you guys have enjoyed. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next episode where we continue our conquest of the galaxy. Anyway, that's it. I'm out. Thanks for watching. Bye.